Hey, what's going on, guys? Sean Mathis here, CEO and founder of the Agency Alliance. And I want you to listen to me here for just a minute. Over the last 5 years, I've worked with more than 1,500 insurance agents from every major carrier in every market imaginable in all 50 states, including Alaska and Hawaii. So if it's happened in the insurance world in the last 5 years, I've seen it. And one of the things that I have seen is a dramatic change in the marketplace, the dramatic change in how to reach customers and generate leads. The unfortunate truth is what has remained unchanged is the narrative from the insurance agents that I talk to on a daily basis. You see, insurance companies are still teaching agents the same tired old strategies, the archaic methods to generate leads that they were teaching 10 and 15 years ago. Back when I sold insurance in 2010, guys, the same training they taught me then, they're still teaching agents today. And while there's some principles and some methodologies that will remain true and they're time tested, you know, things like referrals and how to effectively ask for referrals, and teaching agents how to spell insurance and how to talk about liability and things like that, guys. That stuff doesn't change, and I get it. But what does change, and what's changed rapidly, is marketing and lead generation. The lead providers in the insurance industry have remained unchanged since the early 2000s, guys. The last innovative thing to happen in the insurance world was in the early 2000s when the internet lead hit the scene. If we look at what agents have available to them today to grow their business, they've only got a few options. They've got internet leads, which again, 15, 20 years ago were fantastic, guys. I get it. Like, that was the best way to reach new customers that were not in your network. What today we call cold traffic leads. Up until then, the only way to grow your business was through referrals, going to chamber meetings, asking current customers for friends and family, asking your friends and family, going out, meeting people, shaking hands, kissing babies. All of these things, that these organic grassroots, what we call today, guerrilla marketing efforts. And while those things still work today, they're very, very slow. And in a rapid changing environment, and in an environment where carriers are demanding more of you, your companies are demanding that you write more business, companies that are appointing you are demanding that you write more business with them. It's hard to keep up with grassroots efforts. And the truth is, if you're gonna scale your agency and make any decent money, you're gonna have to be able to reach people that are outside of your warm market. You're gonna have to be able to effectively reach cold traffic leads, all right? So if we look at what agents have today, they've got cold traffic leads, right? But they don't close because you have no idea what the customer is seeing before they ask for a quote. And how many times have you called the customer who supposedly asked for a quote and they're upset with you that you called? They have no idea why you're calling. So what ends up happening? What ends up happening is the insurance agent concedes that there's really no way around it, that leads are a necessary evil. In fact, the insurance industry was surveyed, and 86% of insurance agents indicate that they purchase leads every single year. They pay for internet leads, they purchase leads of some sort every single year. Yet less than 5% of them indicate that they're satisfied with their lead provider. 85% of insurance agents are investing money, which tells me that 85% of agents want to aggressively grow their agency. They want to grow their agency faster than grassroots measures can give them, faster than referrals can deliver, but they're unhappy with anything that they found. Less than 5% are happy, but they keep doing it. It's interesting. I had a conversation with an agent from State Farm the other day, and he was telling me how he's been burned by insurance lead providers time and time again. And we were talking about our program and what we have to offer, and he says, everything sounds good. I really like what you're saying, but the problem is I've just been burned. And I'm just a little weary of investing a lot of money with any lead provider at this point. But I know I need to. I just paid $1,000 to XYZ company. I won't name their name. I just paid $1,000 to them, and it's a well-known provider, very well-known provider, probably one of the largest. And I'm about 70% away through the budget, and I haven't closed anything. And I told him, the first thing that I said was, yeah, but you knew that wasn't a good investment. You knew it wasn't. And he said, you know what, you're right, I did. Honestly, I did. I knew it wasn't gonna work out. And how many times have we found ourselves in that position as an insurance agent, spending money on marketing dollars, on lead providers, knowing full well, knowing it's not gonna pan out for you. But we do it, why? Because you don't know of any other options out there. You don't know of any other ways. Well, I'm gonna let you know exactly how to stop that rat race. The idea that you're purchasing leads and as long as you break even, you're okay because it's gonna put you in position to win a bonus or a trip, or when the renewal comes around next year, then you'll make money. You know, I had a guy tell me, well, I don't look to profit on anything that I sell today. I'm gonna profit a year from now on what I sell today. Guys, that's crazy. It doesn't have to be that way. It really does not have to be that way. Your acquisition cost does not have to be so enormously high that you just throw money away for a year at a time. You're just giving money away, capital that you could use. Like when you look at the lead providers and you look at what they do offer, the only thing they offer at best is valid customer information. At best. You don't know where it came from, you don't know what they saw, you don't know anything about the customer, you don't know what targeting was used to generate that lead, you don't know what ad copy was used, nothing. It just gives you a person that you can call and you hope that they are actually interested in talking to you. Most of the time, you know they're not. But when you look at our strategies and what we do here at Agency Alliance is completely different than anything out there. Guys, I was in the insurance business. I was the rookie of the year, the first year that I was hired of more than 1,000 agents. I did over $1 million in new business premium in my first year. Sold more homeowners policies than anybody in the country. And I did it using social media, using the strategies that I'm now using to help agents just like you get results just like me. It doesn't have to take years to build a $1 million book. In fact, you should be knocking on the door of $1 million in new business premium every single year, and it shouldn't cost you an arm and a leg to do. You can spend less than $15,000 a year, $20,000 a year on all of your marketing and still write $1 million in new business premium if you do it right. You don't have to pay $30 to $40 for an exclusive lead, guys. That's crazy. The strategies that we use is to find the high quality customers, the high intent customers who are in fact interested in talking about insurance. They're interested in getting a quote, but they're not just price driven customers. What we do is we look at the customer demographics intently. We look deeply at the customer demographics. What is it that makes up a perfect customer for you? Most agents will agree that they don't have the cheapest price out there. If you get into a price war, you're not going to win. So how do you find somebody that will shop with you whom they don't know, but they want something more than just price? That comes down to the targeting. That comes down to the ad that they see. That comes down to the call to action, the ad copy that you write. How are you enticing these people? And what we found is that we can target in on the perfect customer that you're looking for. That college educated, that married or engaged, that homeowner, that makes $50,000, $75,000, $100,000 a year, that has a good paying job, that doesn't just shop around, right? That has at least 5 years with their current carrier, who is risk adverse, who doesn't have a ton of accidents, right? And you think about this ideal customer and you wonder, how do we get them if they're not shopping around? How do you get to them? You get to them by using a platform like Facebook or LinkedIn, by using Google effectively, understanding how these platforms works, and that's what we do. We've generated tens of thousands of leads, hundreds of thousands of leads off of tens of thousands of campaigns over the last 5 years. Our clients have written more than $10 million of new business premium from our leads. So what we do is we find these customers demographically, we figure out who they are exactly. Then from there, what we do is we figure out what life events are happening. Because people don't just wake up and decide, hey, it's sunny in Dallas, sweetheart, let's go get some insurance, right? There's a reason that they're gonna shop, and we gotta figure out what that is. Did they just get married? Are they engaged? Did they just have a baby? Did they buy a house? Did they buy a car? Maybe they just relocated to the area. Maybe they just changed jobs. There's a number of different reasons Maybe there's new discounts available that they didn't know they had. Maybe they could get a better rate by bringing both of their policies to one company, right? There's a number of different reasons and different shopping events and triggers that we can hone in on and write a very compelling ad copy that is going to make this person reach out and say, yes, I want to talk to you about that. Same goes true for life insurance. We do the same thing on life insurance, right? 401ks, annuities, all of these have the same principles underlying that help convert this traffic, good quality traffic, which puts you in a position to have a value-driven conversation, not one that's just driven on price. A lead that's coming specifically to you, that was specifically designed for you, that you can see everything that's going on. All of our clients know exactly what ad they're running. They know every lead that comes in, exactly what ad it came from. They see the ad copy. You even see the targeting filters that we put in. So you know everything about these customers and why they're reaching out. This helps you with your sales process. This helps you with better contact rates. But this idea of going in and buying a lead blindly, having no idea where it came from, no idea what targeting, no idea what ad they saw, no idea what the person on the other end of the phone told them before they transferred you, that's crazy, guys. You can't convert like that. Of course you know that. You've played that game. So we do things differently, guys, and that's what it takes. Our average cost per lead, because it's so laser targeted and so specific to a very specific group of people, our leads average somewhere between $2 and $3 for an exclusive household lead. We don't generate monoline leads, although we can, but we get folks who want auto, home, and life. They want to bring their whole household to you. Hey, if I'm going to do this, I want you to be my agent. I don't want you just to save me a few bucks on my auto insurance, right? And this leads to higher premium cases. This leads to having more policy counts per household, selling deeper into the policy, having better attrition rates, higher retention, making higher commissions. The contact rates are 60%. Our average close rate is 18 to 21% in the first 30 days. That doesn't even mention the follow-ups. On a fraction of the budget that you're spending, you can get 2 to 3 times the results on a 50% savings. Business 101, guys, that makes sense. Think about if you've ever been online, if you've ever been on the phone and maybe you talk to a friend about, I don't know, a baby product or shirts or shoes or something like that. Or you talk to somebody about a product, or you go to a website and all of a sudden you log into Facebook, you see all these ads pop up about that particular product. That's just that's what we use. That type of technology, that principle is what we use to find high intent people. We know exactly who's talking about life insurance, who wants life insurance, who's thought about it, but just hasn't had the conversation with an agent. So we're finding people who want to talk with you. They just haven't had the conversation yet. They haven't had that enticement, that reason, that offering at the right time to have the conversation with you. And that's really what we focus on, guys. The right message at the right time, and we produce the right results. Bottom line, guys, you can't afford to continue wasting hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars a year trying to find a different result from lead providers that are offering the same thing, that are offering the same strategy, that are using the same methods. It's crazy. It's insanity. You can't do it. You got to find somebody doing something completely different, and that's exactly what we do. I want to show you a demo. I've got a presentation. If you click the link, you'll see a full presentation of exactly how we do this, the ads that we use, guys, the results that we get. You know, I talked to a State Farm agent the other day who was skeptical of working with us, and he said, you know, I've really been burned a few times, but I'm going to give you guys a shot. I don't have a ton of money. You know, I want to start with a few $100 a month. We set up his first ad campaign, guys, and he's getting 95-cent leads. In the first 2 days, he got 20 leads. He spent $20.95 for those leads, guys. You can't get results like that anywhere else. You just simply can't. Farmer's agent that we started with a couple months ago, he came on, he was spending $2,500 a month, I think it was. And he was doing really well, but he's spending a ton of money and he's really basically just breaking even. So he told us he wants to be able to get those same results, but he's got to get a better closing rate. He's a little skeptical of working with us, but in the first 30 days, he gave us half of the budget that he's already spending with his other provider, gave us half of that, and he wrote $20,000 in new business premium in the first 30 days. He dumped the old lead provider, gave us another $500, still $1,000 less than what he was spending, at his other provider, and then he wrote $38,000. On average, with the other provider, he was writing about $10,000 to $12,000 a month in premium. So he doubled his production with us, decreased his budget by almost 50%. And now we're his exclusive lead provider. Guys, and I have story after story after story just like this. Agents all over the country who finally decided that enough is enough and they don't want to continue wasting money, wasting time, wasting energy with lead providers that are not doing anything different. Guys, give us a call, click the link, let's have a conversation. If it works out for you, great. If you don't think it's great for you, that's okay too. Give us a shot though, I won't let you down. One of the only real-time available lead sources are gonna come from live transfers. Most live transfers today are somewhere between $30 and $40 a piece. And the closing rate is still horrendous. How can that be? How can you have somebody on the phone live that just said that they want to quote and they want to be transferred to an agent and you still can't close it? Well, the truth is because those live transfers came from the same old database of leads that the shared leads came from. The only difference is the lead company has a telemarketing company. They've got somebody in India out there dialing these leads, asking them if they would like to talk to an agent or if they would like to save money. In fact, the truth is you don't know what they're saying. You have no idea what they're saying. You hope that they're asking if they want a quote and the person legitimately wants to get a quote, but sometimes you know they don't. So you have no idea. Which brings me to another flaw with purchase leads right now in today's economy. You don't know what the customer sees. There's no transparency from the lead provider to the agent. You're getting customers' information that you hope and that you expect are wanting an insurance quote. But the reality is you have no idea what they saw. They could have saw an ad that asked them to give their information and fill out a survey so that they can get 2 round-trip tickets to Miami, Florida, or for a 7-day Alaskan cruise, and here you come calling them about an insurance quote, and they're like, what the hell are you talking about? How many times have you called an internet lead that was upset that you called, that had no idea why you were calling them in the first place, right? And I talk to agents on a daily basis who invest in these types of leads from various lead providers, whether they're shared or exclusive, it really makes no difference, right? The story is the same in what happens when you call these leads. They're surprised that you're calling. Even if you call them within just a couple of minutes of getting the lead, they've already bought a policy. And agents wonder, how is that possible? How much faster can I call this lead? And the truth is, there's not much faster that you can call the lead because the lead isn't delivered to you in real time, right? They've already requested an insurance quote, could have been months ago. So you could have called them the moment that you got it and it didn't matter. And that's why they're surprised that you're calling because they hadn't just requested a quote. And that's one of the major flaws with the lead industry is that there aren't any real-time leads available.